Hey everyone, it's Caito, and in today's video, we're going to be building an underwater city. So if you're interested in content like this and you want to see more in the future, I'd appreciate if you'd like and subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell if you want to be notified every time that I post, but let's get right into it. So this is another one of those builds that I did on stream actually, and I've been doing that a lot recently where I'm just kind of doing random builds. I do have one island that I'm actively working on, but other than that, it's just kind of random stuff. So I came up with this theme that I wanted to try, and I've really been enjoying combining different themes or thinking of just really particular themes, if that makes any sense. So it's not just underwater, but I'm also adding the city element to it. So think like Bikini Bottom, not realistic at all. I really wanted that city element to come through, so this build is going to make absolutely no sense. I think part of me just wanted an excuse to use these codes, this road code, and then I also have a kind of grass, it looks like coral almost, code that I wanted to use. And then I thought, well, why not combine the two? Because I love them so much. So first things first, I need to fill the entire area with some sand and put down my road. Then I'm going to start laying down the grass pattern as well. So I'm going to let you all watch me place down the patterns, and then I will come back and talk some more about the actual build itself. Okay, we have all of the patterns down now, and now it's time to start kind of making the buildings. And I went back and forth on how I wanted to do this. I really like the look of the storefronts here. Keep in mind that I'm not an expert on creating buildings in Animal Crossing. There are definitely people much better at it than me. All of mine are very flat and really only look good from the front in pictures. And even then, sometimes they look just a little off. It's just a random storefront, but I like the way it looks, so that's what I do. I do a little bit of layering, adding some things like the fences, the castle wall. I also like to use the utility poles to add some height. So that's kind of the basis of these buildings that I'm going to make. And then I wanted to add a bunch of different items, including the shell items. Even some of the mushroom stuff I feel like looks very underwater. Some of the frozen items really work in these kinds of builds as well. So you're going to see me using a ton of different items that I don't normally use. But I really like the way they all look together. Plus, it was really fun to use a bunch of different colors as well. Okay, on to the second building. Again, I'm using the storefronts. This time, however, I do want to add a second tier. Like I mentioned earlier, all of my buildings are very, would it be one-dimensional? Is that the right term? There's really no depth to them. Let's just say that. It's basically just storefronts and random items. So I'm putting a storefront on the bottom, adding a storefront on the top. You have to be kind of particular about which side you place the storefront so it's facing the right direction. I also added a few other items over here as well, including the fence and the party lights. And then you're going to see me start adding in things like bushes and flowers. I wanted it to feel very overgrown. It would probably look even better if I waited for the weeds and everything to grow in so it really looks overgrown, but I was too lazy to time travel, so After finishing the back section, I also wanted to complete this front section up here. One of my favorite things to do is just decorate an area just for a picture. So I really think about the frame of the picture, what's going to be included, and then I just completely forget about everything else. I don't care that there's a campsite to the right of this area or the back leads into a ramp, all of that stuff, because you're not going to see it in the picture. Up in the front, I just wanted to add some more shell items and really play more with the different colors. I love the red mum cushion, and if I were to make this into an entire theme, I know that I would have so many of those because I love the way they look and I never get to use them, and I feel like this is the perfect excuse to use them. Alright, so I'm going to do the finishing touches here, and then I will come back with the final product. Here we are with the finished underwater city, Bikini Bottom inspired. I really love the way this turned out. It's one of my favorite recent builds that I've done just because it's so different from anything I've ever done. I just don't know if it's feasible to do an entire island in this theme. That's the one downside to picking very niche themes. It makes it so challenging to complete an entire island because you get so tired of using the same stuff over and over. But I would love to know what you all think about this build. Let me know down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you'd like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!